Hello, my name is Joyce. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about why I've been going analog in a lot of different areas of my life, but specifically when it comes to writing my novels. So I think that it's very distracting, or I've found it very distracting to be on my phone or be like, I have the Scrivener app and I love Scrivener so much. I have it on all of my devices and I can look at the things I've written in the past and all of the notes that I've taken outside of the manuscript very easily from any device, right? But when I get on the device, I'm bombarded with notifications, or like I have this cue to go check out something else on some other apps, some social media apps specifically, I have this urge and like the flinch to like just do something else other than the work that I'm trying to do when it comes to my writing, right? So I have invested in, first off, these beautiful fountain pens. They're just simple Lamy fountain pens. And I have a green one, a black one, and a blue one, and I dedicate the blue one to my planner. I've gone analog on my planner too. This one's the black fountain pen, and then this one is the green fountain pen, even though it's yellow. And I write in very small handwriting, but I've dedicated, for the most part, I'm going to show you my notes for today. It was originally written in blue, but well, these are my notes when it comes to everything that I've written. Let me show you a few example pages when it comes to writing my manuscripts. I have been writing by hand for the past couple of weeks, and I think it's been so fun. And I type it up at the end of the day or the following day onto the Scrivener file that the manuscript is on. But it's been so interesting to handwrite, and I'm going to give you a few reasons why I am handwriting my novel first before I am getting into, writing it or typing it in the computer. And I have my notes here for that. So the first thing is that there's less distractions on pen and paper when it comes to writing. Like, there's less gimmicks and less things to learn. Like with Scrivener, it's such a huge learning curve just to figure out how to like compile and like print out what you've just written for the first time or whatever, right? Or, there's just so many different things you have to learn when it comes, and like for me, I have this I think I'll put a screenshot somewhere of what my Scrivener looks like. I bought a pack just for my Scrivener to look the way it does right now. And like, there's so many different things that you can like invest in, and like so much like when it comes to your time and your money to get the right digital products necessary for writing. But with handwriting, you just get a pen and paper and you write. And there's no, there's something called cue silence when it comes to doing stuff like this. Like, there's a lot of cues on your phone to do different things, like go on the App Store, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, like, I don't know, I don't have Snapchat, like, but there's so many different cues, and when you take away all of that stuff on your phone or on your laptop, like for me especially, I open my laptop and I immediately go to YouTube just to put some music on or something, right? And then I'll get bombarded with what's going on my suggested or like For You page when it comes to YouTube, whatever, right? But yeah, tech can be filled with lots of cues to do other things, and like just surfing the web in general or doing social media is something that you can be doing when it comes to doing stuff instead of your writing. And it's just me and my fancy paper and pen at the end of the day when it comes to writing. And it doesn't actually feel like work when it comes to handwriting. I love handwriting. Like, I love writing in cursive. There was a time in my life earlier this year where I was just writing, I love my handwriting over and over again. Or like, I'm bored. I don't know what to write about in my hand. And like, I was just wasting so much time and paper. Maybe not wasting, because it was helping get me out of my phone and like get me just thinking about something else, and it was meditative practice. But now I can do this meditative practice with the story that I'm writing. So it doesn't really feel like work when I'm handwriting. When it does feel like work is typing it out. Like, it always feels like work when I'm typing something out, Some of the most famous authors write by hand first, like Stephen King, J.K. Rowling, And Quentin Tarantino, they have quotes of them saying that they write by hand first, and then they go in and type out whatever they're working on when it comes to, whatever manuscript they're working on. So there's like lots of famous authors that do this practice in 2025, like to this day in modern time. And, they're doing great. So like, why not try to do this for yourself, It also slows you down and gets you into thinking more intentionally about your writing. Like when it comes to typing, you can type whatever comes to mind. Like you think really fast when it comes to typing, or like for the most part for me, like I'll type whatever comes to mind. And like when it comes to writing, there's a little bit more effort put into writing things down. Like you have to slow down. And if your train of thought is going so fast that you need to like type out 1,000 words a minute or something, is that work really, is it really Shakespeare level? Is it really like, have you really thought it through, or are you just writing out whatever's going on in your head? And like, do you ever go back to your drafts and you're like, what is this? Like, what did I write? Like, this is crap, Like, I feel like this short circuits or shortcuts a lot of that feeling that you have whenever you've written a bunch and you feel like you've done a lot, but then you go and read it back and it's like a kindergartner wrote this book, I know I've had that trouble in the past, So yeah, since you have to handwrite, the words are chosen a lot more carefully. And you are way more mindful about, what you're writing and putting down on paper because, you have to handwrite it, And you can cross things out, and there's a story that's being told whenever you, handwrite your stories. Like, you can you see when things were crossed out, you see when things were inserted. With like electronic stuff and digital writing and typing, you delete it and it's gone forever. Like there's no story being told with the story that you're writing. I think another thing is that I have a keepsake of my handiwork, like I think J.K. Rowling's handwritten parts of Harry Potter were sold for like $2 million or like millions of dollars or something crazy like that. And like, just to think that I have this this like archaeology of all of this work that I've put in, and I can like, at some point, like historians can hold on to it and be like, this is the writing of Joyce and Joku, like we now have something of Joyce and Joku, and we can see the work and the edits that she did in real time to the manuscripts. Like I think that's beautiful, And like I said, I love handwriting, and now I have a reason to do it. If you're someone like me that loves to write by hand, and like, I don't know, like journaling's kind of boring for me. Now I do it at the end of my day in my Hobonichi. But I now have a reason to write by hand when it comes to my daily like writing technique, So yeah, these are a few of the reasons why I've decided to write by hand, and I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below, like, is there anything that you do analog that, that you enjoy, that you feel like takes your mind off of the work that you've been doing, or like it's more fun to do it by hand versus doing it on the computer or on your phone? Let me know. And have a good day. Bye.